Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Thursday. I was going to say Catterday, but it's not Catterday, it's Cat Thursday. It's not a snappy kitty, I'm sorry. I don't want to smooch you too good because just put on my lip balm and I'm not trying to, you're moisturized enough. You don't need any of that. Hi. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, Saga. Good morning. Let a defy speed in me. Kill myself. Someone's trying to save me. You having more fun now that you're on a standard server? Know what you mean about the crab shoulders? Hardcore's too stressful for me. That's totally fair. Oh, I'm gonna try and let mine be cool today. I think it's like partly hardcore and then partly like I've been hunching a lot because I've been doing a lot of like lean forward towards my puppy dog, give treat, give pet, clip thing on, give toy, take toy, tug toy, that kind of thing. It's a lot of forward. Oh, it's pulling me out of whack. Here for the copium stream title today, Manifest. Hey, listen, you want to know where we are? Darkshore. What level am I? 23. I am pretty safe today, although, knock on wood. You can die anywhere. But I did the wetlands run on my gnome, and I figured I'm going to go clean up basically, not all, but functionally all of the Darkshore quests, because even the gray quests are going to have some amount of experience for finishing them. They're pretty reasonably easy to do. I don't have to like ping pong all over the zone. I can pretty much just do it top to bottom as needed because I'm high enough level to survive all of it if I'm careful. And there's gold to be had, and there's some experience to be had. And some of the quests are high enough level that I can get something out of them. There are some level kind of 18 to 20 quests in Darkshore that we can poke around and take a look at. But for now, I do have some heavily gray quests. I wanted to wait until stream started before I check my mail because I sold some stuff and I wanted to check out and find out and see how rich I am with the class. So I'm starting off 4 gold 76. I just did some shopping. I bought myself, what did I buy? I got some pants of Fiery Wrath. Might help my immolate, I don't know. I got a pair of shoulders. These were expensive. I spent like almost 2 gold on these because they are of the eagle. They're in stam. I figured those are going to last me a long time. And plus they look really cute on her. And then I also upgraded my bracers. So I've got some more int on those too. But we sold, not all my greens, but I sold a couple greens in here. So I want to see, we started at 4 gold 76. Some copper, some linen, 5 gold 79, like a whole gold in the mailbox. I'm happy with that. Redye your hair? I did, yeah. I wanted to re-pink it. And I just started a new tube of a different brand of dye. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty purple. It's a much cooler toned pink, and it came out quite dark, which is fine. My hair wasn't fully lightened before, so that's reasonable. But I am aubergine, which is on. You know what? I match the zone. I'm Darkshore colors. I haven't decided how much I like it yet, but the nice thing with short hair is that even if I don't like it, I don't have to not like it for long. It is kind of growing on me though. Now that I'm like, I put on some jewelry, put on a little makeup, put on my favorite moose shirt. All right, let's go turn in this, swing our way north. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to kill 20 rabid thistlebears for 700 XP. It's kind of not worth it, but I might do it anyways. Stay safe, Hazel. Hello, Hazel and Miss Kira. Hello, Octopixie. Tips for pet PvP. I don't know what the meta is anymore. There may be some good teams or team recommendations on Zufu's Pet Battle Guides, which is a third-party fan site. They may have some ideas. What is that one? I decided not to do that one. That one's the cooking recipe that I don't need. That pet PvP is very meta-based, so if you're running into the same thing, there probably is another team that counter-comps it that you could try to get and run, but I don't know offhand what it would be. See though? Surprised you did buzz it again. I thought about it, but I'm gonna give it like another week or two before I remow, I think. You made the run. I did. It was totally fine too. Like I did a couple of the quests that were along the way. Some of them were a tiny bit spooky, a little tiny itty bitty bit nerve-wracking, but they were fine. I did some Dragon Ball orcs on the way, and then I was really close to 23, so I ground out a couple of spiders and crocs and stuff on the way. I did a bunch of skinning on the way. That was kind of nice. And then I got myself 40, what are we saying? 44% of my level 23 by questing in Darkshore. So I've done a handful of quests around here. I have plenty more, but I figure this is like a nice, safe and reasonable way for me to catch up. Now that you know that I am doing only the safest of activities, I'm going to open up the prediction if people want to go in on it. It's pretty much like, there's no way though, right? Like, today can't possibly be the day where we die. Tomorrow is NA Super Square. Oh. Favorite moose shirt? Does that mean you have several? I think this is the only shirt that I have that has a moose on it. I have another shirt that has a deer, like a buck, which is related but not the same. And then I have a hat that has a moose on it. And I have to, it's like a trucker cap situation. And I have to make sure, well, I don't have to do anything. I could wear both of them and just be like the moose woman. But I try to not wear them both at the same time, lest I become the moose. Although my dog is named Moose, so maybe I do have a problem. I've never even seen one. I just like the idea. Making pancakes right now. Did you play more last night? Yeah. What kind of pancakes? Maroon deep pinkish red, like red wine colored? Yeah, it's pretty much what it is in person. It looks a little better now that I've showered and washed it again this morning. It was a little bit Barney last night. But it'll grow on me. I might like it more as it fades. Probably, yeah. I think I'm not gonna chuck the tuba dye because I'm gonna give it another chance. I think next time I do it, I will probably lighten my hair a little more than I lightened it this last time. Do it a little shorter and then process for not quite as long and see if I can get it to show more pink and less purple. But, you know, purple's a nice color too. I don't need that Moonstalker. The problem with 20 thistlebears is that there's like, they don't all have rabies. I need, and I think I complained about this last time, I need rabid thistlebears, and some of these are perfectly healthy young thistlebears with lives full of hopes and dreams. And they're not, there we go, there's a rabid one. They're not helping me with my quota. It is kind of refreshing. You don't want to get too used to it, I suppose, because I could probably, you know, get myself into reckless habits by doing these low-level quests. But it is kind of refreshing to just, like, mow over low-level mobs with a relatively high degree of safety, because, you know, if you've been, like, tensing up and holding your breath and, you know, not holding your breath too literally. One of the nice things that I like about questing in Darkshore is that I give everybody water breathing buffs, and people sometimes appreciate it because there are a couple of swimming quests out here, and I think it's nice. Although I was wondering if I've ever gotten anybody killed doing that, and that like I give them the water breathing buff and they're like, oh, I gotta go do that ship diving quest now, but then they run into the Murlocs because they weren't ready for it just yet, but they wanted to do it while they had the 10-minute buff. I'm wondering if I've ever pressured anybody into a watery grave. So I'm going to do the Blackwood Furbolgs. This I should be careful. I'm going to eat a little food buff because these guys should be in the 16, 17-ish level range, which is not that dangerous, but it's more, they're green basically. They'll give me some experience. And the camp can be quite dense. So we'll pop some consumes. We'll use some stuff. Hello, I am here. Hello, Scarlet. I will bid one bit on death. Plain pancakes? Still good? Don't have anything? That's fair. I want... Yeah, so we're getting the different things from the Furbolg camp to fill up the grain bowl and then do the summoning thing. I'm going to start in the south end. You did say you wanted to witness hardcore death firsthand. That is true. I did say that. I stand by it, more or less. I'm going to pull in... I don't want to go hog wild and get like 5 of these because that would be a good way to die. It would be really rude of me to die before I even, it would be pretty rude of me to die before I even, like the prediction timeout even happens. 10 silver per water breathing buff. I should pay 10 silver. As in like trade them. I think the buff's quite enough. Furbolgs are deceiving. Gnome's still gnome and strong. I'm quite hopeful to make it to 24. I think I will. But I'm excited to make it to 24 because there are some good buttons I'm going to get. There's some good pet grimoires that unlock at that level. And then I'm pretty sure I get a new rank of corruption. Yeah, new corruption at 24. So that's going to be a decent chunk of my primary damage situation. So that's clear enough now. I think we can get away with sending him in there. I'm just gonna tunnel him down. Forget the healing ward. Oh, they pay me 10 silver. That would be good. But I don't have it in me. I had a dream. And it was a bit of a bananas dream, but I remember waking up and feeling like genuinely happy for myself because I felt like in the course of this dream I had learned something promising about my own character or moral fiber. Here, let me try not to multitask this story too much because this would be a terrible way to die. We're gonna grab the grain and then head over to the next one. Hit the healing ward with my 3.5 second swing timer weapon. Can't be an animal parent without unsolicited advice comments. Can't do a whole lot in life. Oh, that's a triple pull. Why did I get 3 of them? We're gonna 3 of them plus a bear. I'm still gonna stick this out. I think this is fine. And then that one. I mean, Hellgrave has that one, but we'll throw some dots on it just so it has a chance of dying. I have so much health. I have quite good stam gear. It takes a lot to harm me. These are not terribly, here. Let's, am I not targeting the healing ward? There we go. Target the healing ward. Here, I'll pop 1 health stone. There we go. And that brings me back to 80. I have a substantial amount of stamina. I have no priest buff currently, and I have 101 stamina, plus 68. I'm getting 6 of that from my food buff, but a lot of that is just from my gear. You are invincible. Nothing here can endanger you. I bet if I, like, pulled the entire camp, I could get myself into trouble. Also, I just got lost. There's the rest of it. I was thinking, didn't I leave loot on the ground? I bet if I pulled the entire camp, I could get into trouble. I should walk away from the copper, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too good. Sourville, thank you for the 8-month 14-month reset. 14. Meow. How much do you want to bet on that? Because I might take you up on it. Whether or not the whole camp will kill me, I'm not trying it. I have... Ooh, tin over there. I have 1 day and 9 hours in this character, and I'm gonna live forever. I swear. Silver Stitcher, thank you for the 18-month reset. This might be a bit of a climb to get to this tin vein, but it's tin. Tin's valuable. Tin is money. Changing my prediction. No, Hunter didn't die. Hunter's fine. She is patiently accumulating rested XP. Sometime on stream, I should actually show the login screen just to, like, prove it. Because it occurred to me that it sounds kind of sketchy that I'm just like, listen, you guys can't see her, but I swear she didn't die. She's fine. Pinky swear, I promise. Hope you're having a good day today. Thanks. Right back at you. Almost as much slash played as the hunter. I bet you it's more than the hunter now. I guess I don't know that for sure. I don't remember how much it was. My kitty cat. Okay, yeah, my weird dream. Well, wasn't that weird. Or than normal anyways. I was being prepared for a meeting. I was going to have my parents, or the people that were parenting me during like a certain phase of my life, were preparing me for a meeting with like a business professional. It was some kind of weird mix between an accountant and a dentist. It had something to do with teeth and something to do with taxes. I don't know. But they were preparing me for this meeting. And we were being very stealthy and very sneaky about the meeting prep because they wanted me to assassinate this man. And the idea was that if I successfully did this, we were going to, for some reason, come into a lot of money. And I was going to, and then we like wouldn't go to jail for like all of the plotting to assassinate him. And they had it all planned out. They had like a specific pill that they wanted me to drop in his drink. Like I was supposed to like find a way to like slip something into like a glass of whiskey. It was very television. And it was all planned out. And they wanted me to assassinate this man by poison. And I was kind of just, because in the dream, I was like a teenager. I was younger. I was like the same age that I was when those people were parenting me. And And also, I should be clear. In real life, they're wonderful people that would never put out a hit on anybody. It's very, that part's weird. No one would ever do that. But in the dream, they're like, listen, you're gonna do this, and don't tell anyone, and don't talk about it out loud, because you already know the plan, so we don't want to get caught, you know, we don't want to get recorded discussing our nefarious plan. But you're gonna do the thing. And I was kind of like, I get to the meeting, and I realize this person is young. For some reason, I thought they were gonna be like old. And I don't know why, if that would have made them any better to assassinate. I feel like not. But this person was like, A, you know, in their 30s. B, doing their best to genuinely help me with my teeth and or taxes. And C, they just seemed nice and like there's no good reason. Like, I don't know why, like, if they had been like grumpy, I would have been like, yeah, they're gone. But I remember I was in this meeting and I was like, this isn't very fair. I don't care if we have to go to jail and if we don't get that money. I'm not going to do it. Find somebody else. And I wouldn't assassinate this man via what really looked like an antacid tablet. It was like a kind of a funny one. I deemed that I wouldn't do it. And I woke up. I don't remember if anybody ever went to jail. I remember that they were upset with me because I wouldn't do it, because it kind of threw their plans for a loop. But I want that healing word. I woke up and I was like, huh, I'm not completely evil. Dentists and or accountants are safe from me. Excuse me, sir, can you, thank you. Yeah, those healing words are, thank you. Oh, do we get any more of them? No, we haven't pulled that one. It's mostly Hillgrave that's, oh no, we did get that one. Yeah, we should pay a little more attention. Throw some actual dots on this thing. Ooh, a level 40 died. Hunter was like 35 hours? Oh. I don't remember it all. You'd think that would be a fact I would remember. Teeth and Taxes sounds like a WoW guild name. Hope you don't take this the wrong way. You'd be one of the last people I would come to with an assassination job. Oh no, that's accurate. That is correct. I should not be included in any criminal enterprises whatsoever because I have an oversized sense of guilt. I can't lie very well. The best I can do is refrain from speaking. And yeah, I would confess instantly before we'd even done anything. Like it would not. I am not the person that's going to take your secrets to the grave if they involve any kind of nefarious wrongdoing. It's not happening. Guessing 32 hours was under by a bit? That's exactly why no one would see her coming. I suppose so. You are stealthy. My gnome is. How am I doing on, have I looted enough of these things yet? I know we need like another one. It's probably for the best that I'm level 23 with decent gear. I think I would be a little concerned otherwise. These poles are a little messy. And that's okay, but if I was level like 19, I'm pretty sure I would be dead by now. Don't think you're gonna die, but I gotta take the points, because that's a lot. Hey, if I do, those are good odds. Those are really, really good odds. And I will be fighting some form of mobs that have the capacity to kill me. You know, we're probably gonna end up doing the Naga up north. There'll be some stuff going on. Can I do the grain bowl thing? Do I have... Requires the north bonfire. Did I get the fruit, grain, and the nuts? There's nuts, fruit. Did I get the grain? I did get the grain. Okay. So we need that bonfire. I'm pretty sure these guys all turn friendly whenever you do this, but I'm still going to clear the way to the fire anyways. It'll make me feel better. I'm also going to smarten up and start using recklessness so that they don't book it when they die or when they're low. They won't run away in fear if they have a curse of recklessness on them. Okay. Great quests do give experience. It won't be very much, depending on the level of the quest, but you'll still get the experience. And then also the gold's not bad, especially when, because you're just vendoring all the quest rewards, so you can get some reasonable like silver and stuff if you're between, like, I've gotten 40%, basically almost half of this level, just from starting Darkshore quests, even though a lot of them were gray. I did a batch of them earlier, last night off stream. So it is worth something. It's not that fast, but neither is grinding mobs. If you're not feeling safe enough to engage in yellow quests of your level, which for me is like a lot of the time, I feel like doing gray quests is just as good as finding like green mobs to grind in terms of what you're gonna get out of it. Plus, I feel decent about this zone because I've done it pretty recently. I did all of these quests in my hunter like a week or two ago or whenever that was, and I'm pretty happy with my memories of it. So I feel like I'm not going to get too stuck on like, oh, I don't know where this mob is. I don't know why this thing isn't dropping, because I've been there and I've done all of it. So I should know. Are they running into the fire? That seems like it's not a very healthy thing to do. You're gonna dry your skin that way. Where's Drain Soul in retail? I have no earthly idea what warlocks do in retail. They're on something else altogether. This quest is a level... This quest is Abraxas Blackwood Corrupted. It's actually a level 18 quest, so this one should give me half reasonable experience. 1,700 experience actually for that, which is pretty good. I'm not mad at that at all. This quest is only 700. In Questy, you can hold down Shift and it'll actually tell you when you're mousing over one of the icons how much experience you get from it. I'm not going to do that. I might go mess with that. That one's a bit dangerous, but I might go do... Well, no, they're going to send me up north later. They're going to send me all the way up to the Rins of Mathestra. So we'll worry about that when they actually get me to go get the relics from up there. These like little level 12 quests, those are terrible. Like these Hybern relics are going to give me 90 experience, which is thoroughly not worth it. Do I want that copper? I suppose so. That's fine. I am way too pleased with that dentist dream joke. Open up. I mean your mouth. Died so much in regular classic, it's funny how deadly everything is playing normally. Yeah, I feel like it would be a much different experience. It's been a long time since I've played standard classics, but I don't remember. I mean, I guess obviously I don't remember being this careful because it wasn't that big of a deal if I died. It's fun though. This is basically my favorite way to play. I'm pretty in love with hardcore. I love it a lot. I don't know if I have the stamina to make it to level 60, but I don't know if I don't have the stamina to make it to 60. If I don't die and I just keep working on it. The trouble is going to be figuring out how to play both this and retail. I've never successfully been able to juggle two MMOs very well. I can kind of sort of like play one and then raid log in the other one. But I tend to get overwhelmed or like lose focus or lose investment if I'm trying to stay into two games at the same time. Like I'm not going to want to farm transmog or like run a ton of keys or anything. Like I would show up for like a key group, or like I'm going to do raid testing this afternoon, or I would show up to a raid night, but I'm not going to go, grind Worm's Crest right now on my gnome, even though I probably should just because I'm too into this one. And if I'm going to get all the way to 60, that's going to take a pretty incredible time investment, especially if I want to do it on 3 classes. So you'd think that at a certain point I'm going to have to, like start multitasking and like doing some retail too, but I don't know, I guess have to is a strong word. You are playing 2 MMOs right now. I was reflecting recently. No, that makes me sound annoying. I was thinking recently about how they really do feel like completely different games. I had logged on to retail to do the Dream Surge weekly to get a free Worm's Crest. And I was just doing some world quests in the Unaran Plains because Coalescence on my gnome priest, on my new main. So she was playing some Shadow. And it was like being inside of a disco ball. Actually, that would probably be very dark. It felt very, very, very flashy and overstimulating coming from the pace of playing a lot of classic and a lot of classic leveling. It felt very much like it was way faster I had far more buttons. They all did flashier things. There was no danger whatsoever, which, to be fair, I was just like questing and stuff. But even in the keys that I did, I remember feeling like really overwhelmed by there's a lot going on right now. And even though I'm not in danger of dying the way that I am in hardcore, this feels more difficult to me right now because there's just so many things flying at me all at once. And I know I can play it and I can get used to it, but I'm just not in the groove of it right now. And I felt like I was being interrogated by like a bunch of disco flashlights. Need to know what item level the gear is you get from the 10.2 campaign. Remember the Eternal Run through Stranglethorn? I don't. Eternal Run through Stranglethorn. I don't think I do. Been feeling that way, casually logging on to Disney Dreamlight Valley and Palia. WoW takes precedent. I wanted to have a bit of an Animal Crossing resurgence because I was like, oh, it'll be cute. I can hang out on the couch with my puppy. I can farm some of these fall recipes. Like, I never got the pine bonsai recipe in Animal Crossing, and I really wanted it. And then I played it like a few times. It was pretty cute because my dog Moose, he does not know what to do with the Animal Crossing voice sounds when they're on the TV. He doesn't really mind the TV, but when Isabel started going blah, 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 he was looking at it like, the heck did she just say to me? He had never heard anything like that before in his young life. It was pretty funny. But I just, I don't know. If I've got time to game, I would just rather be playing hardcore right now. The road lasted forever. How long do you think you would take to 60 in one character? Oh, man, like a week, 2 weeks played, something crazy? Because I think it's only going to get slower. I think that it's only going to get slower. It could be a long, long time. So I got 2 quests to turn in over there. I'm going to go do a couple of things down here, too. May as well. How's Kitty doing with the new puppy? They're okay. They're in separate spaces right now. I've been admittedly slacking a little bit in socializing them together. We've done some good sessions and we made some good progress, and then I got really lazy. So I need to keep working on that. But I've been practicing commands with Mr. Moose to help him leave the cat alone, which is basically the goal. We've been working on a few different ones. We're working on touch. I'm trying to teach him relax, which is like an aggressive form of lay down where he has to roll onto his side and put his head on the ground and be like totally flat. Which is also a good one to use for like nail trimming and stuff. So we're practicing that. They're fine. But right now Kitty's very much enjoying her moose free zones. My guess as well, 10 days, 240 hours. I didn't get the rest of that copper. I guess that's fine. I guess I can just leave it. Elrathir, thank you very much for the 50-month resub. 50. Wowee, that's a whole lot of months. Thank you very, very much. Leveling at higher levels doesn't slow as much as you'd think. You're more XP, you're more powerful. It is kind of cool to get like more tools to deal with like multi-pulls and stuff. Like the higher level you get, the more you get, you get kind of equipped to deal with it a little bit. So I want a Neodon runner, and then these Cursed Highborn are going to be like very baby. I could probably single dot them and have them die because these are like level 10. This is the lowest level quest I'm currently carrying around. I might just wait till 10.2 to gear my Warlock once I'm 70. That's fair. You can get catch-up gear currently, but like you're also going to be able to get catch-up gear in 10.2. There'll be not Dream Surges, Super Blooms. Or maybe the Super Bloom is only one stage. The 3-part outdoor event thing. There'll be stuff. Okay, so she's right there. We need her pendant for Cerulean, who's currently crying on a bridge. I had a big swim to do yesterday because I was trying to catch the boat to Darnassus. You don't start out with a flight point. Oh, I guess I should, well, first of all, let's get all the copper and not just some of the copper. And then second of all, there's a quest I can pick up. It's just a baby quest, but we may as well. That we can pick up over there. You swam? Well, no, not to Darkshore. I was trying to take the boat to Darkshore. And I get on the boat and I'm like, Wow, there's a lot of really high-level people on the boat. Why are you guys taking the boat to Darkshore? Like, wouldn't you have the flight path already? And then I realized, oh, geez, this is thoroughly the boat to Menethil. I'm not trying to go back right now, so I, like, jump off the boat, and I'm like, cool, okay, where's the ramp to get back up on the dock? And it turns out it is at the far end of the dock. It is quite a swim. I was very worried I was going to miss my boat, because it's a long run, and I'm not very fast, but it was fine. Are you doing bank alts? I am not. I am living dangerously. I'm not even trading gold between my two characters. I've got two characters in their 20s, and I am keeping them both as islands. Like, they make their own gold and they spend it on themselves. I haven't sent anything back and forth between those two characters. Hi. So what do you want? You just want, you just want to... Oh yeah, read some stuff. We can do that. Am I correct that the Dream Surge gear purchased does not turn to tier gear? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I could guess and I would have a 50-50 chance. Hello, Hazel in chat. Hazel, I completed Secrets of Azeroth Whodunit. Congratulations, 7th Saga. Did you like it? How did you feel about the whole thing? You have fun? I hope Helgrave is ready for his YouTube debut tomorrow. Yeah, it's like it's the best Voidwalker name I've ever seen. I feel extra pressure to not die just because of what a cool Voidwalker name they gave me. My imp is Nalkin, who has been nicknamed as Napkin. And he's fine, but he's no Helgrave. When you get your next demon, I could pursue it now. I have the level 20 quest gets you your Syad, so you can get a Succubus or Incubus. I haven't been in a hurry to go do it. I'm pretty happy with Helgrave. I'm pretty committed to largely leveling with him unless I'm running into mobs that are taunt immune. So, and then also the Succubus / Incubus, the Syad quest, it's in the Barrens. And I'm not in a big hurry. If I end up kind of sort of in the area, like I'm, working through Ashenvale, I go buy the cooking book or something, then maybe I'll look into it, especially if I overlevel it. But I'm real nervous to go into any zones that have horde bases in them. My biggest fear, and the thing I feel like is most likely to kill me in hardcore, aside from just like unwise polls, is wandering too close to like a horde guard, because I've never really had to worry about that in retail. And it stresses me out. I don't fully know where they are, and I'm just gonna like trip on one. Ooh, tin. Lots of free ore in Darkshore. It seems like there's not as many people that have mining out here. We're basically in the Barrens already. I am closer than I was. It's good because I need the new cooking book. I need to spend some gold to buy the expert cooking book. I bought a clam chowder recipe and used clam chowder to get my cooking all caught up, but I'm now cooking 142, which I'm happy with. Camp 1,000 needles is dangerous AF. I am closer to the Barrens. Am I hip with the kids? I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm hip with myself, and my dog thinks I'm cool. Aggro Rage for Guards is insane. Walked my 28 orc hunter into an ally camp. Do you have a horde in hardcore? Could you scout the areas? I do have a horde. She's only level 12, and I've kind of... I don't want to say abandoned her, but I've like... It's a troll hunter, and I kind of replaced her with my night elf hunter. I didn't intend to at the time, but it is sort of what happened. I think it should be fine as long as I'm kind of keeping my eyes super open. And then Deathlog can also kind of give you some hints as to where things get real dangerous. Have you ever made the red clam chowder, tomato-based versus cream? I don't think I've ever made a clam chowder, period. I've made plenty of soups in my life. I've never really put seafood into them, though. I like eating seafood, but I don't usually cook it because I'm too cheap to buy it as groceries. Hard to play healer, never played it. Can you do solo content without any problem? Do you have to switch to a DPS spec? In retail or in hardcore? I don't know a lot about hardcore, although I think that healers can generally kind of sort of get by. But in retail, you can solo content as a healer. You're going to have some DPS buttons. They're going to do fine damage. It's not going to be as fast as switching to a DPS spec, though, in most cases. And I have always preferred to set up at least like a rudimentary DPS spec on any healer that I have, so that just to make questing faster. So like on my Holy Priest, I have a Shadow Off spec set up, and I'll switch to that whenever I'm doing world quests and stuff. If Drakthir would have a gnome visage form, would you switch back? I want a priest. I want to be a priest again. I miss it. I miss the playstyle and the animations. And even if I could be a gnome visage, I would still have to be a lizard in combat. I'll quit. I want out. Off to work. Catch you tomorrow. Have a great day at work. Walked by the horde camp on my way to the Ashar flight point. I've never clenched as much as when the guards started running at me. I even popped a bubble just to be safe. Retail. Yeah. Some people will stay healer and do all their outdoor content like that. Many other people will do as I do and switch to a DPS spec. It's up to you. There's no harm in trying both of them. I don't like go out of my way to get too much gear for my DPS spec. I pretty much just do it in my healing gear. And you can also just use the starter build. You don't have to like look anything up that's too crazy. Okay, we feeling good about this? We did those ones. Those are Thistle Bears. We've got that 200 experience for that Furball camp, but they're pretty low level, so that should be fast. I am lovingly letting you know that you have made me addicted to Classic, but I really am enjoying the gameplay. Thanks. You're welcome, I think. That's my move, is to get too into something and then to infect everybody with it. Glad when I heard you go back to Priest. I knew in my heart it was an Evoker forever. It feels good to be back. I did really like Prevoker. I loved the gameplay style of it. I thought that the rotation and the buttons and everything felt awesome. I just never really connected with the character in the level that I wanted to. When did you pull that move before? Getting too into something and getting other people into it? I feel like it's happened. Except for cutting your hair, I guess. All the things, and all the things random. I've heard from a couple of people that that they started pursuing that dragon after I got into doing that on stream. Like a transmog on Drakthir just kills them for me. Yeah. I just never really found a way to... These are going to respawn. I need them to respawn, actually. I need to kill some of them for this quest. Gust of wind. What does that do? Damage? You reignited my desire to experience having a dog companion. Oh, I posted a new story with Mr. Moose because I realized I hadn't posted one in a little bit onto my Instagram. If you want to see how much, I mean, I don't know if there's like scale to show how much bigger he's getting, but he's getting much bigger. I want to hear some memorable influencer stories. What else? I know I got some people into healing. A couple of people had not tried healing before, and then we did, you know, the occasional key on stream or just like talking about it on stream. That's always a good one. Extra large dragon riding mounts when you forget to go to visage form. Turn Drakthir for me. Drakthir on dragons in their Drakthir form was just so silly. It was just so goofy. Got me into playing Priest. Hazel's biggest influence on me is hugely important. The kittens sit and let me trim their claws because she said it was possible. That's wonderful. That's going to save you so much grief over the next like 20 years. Holy moly. I'm working with Moose to have him let me trim his nails, and we're doing good, but it's at the beginning. I'm spoiled because Miss Kira is really sweet about it. So I've gotten too used to her just kind of letting me do them as long as I'm fast, because we're good at it because we've been doing it for years. So for Mr. Moose, I'll do like 1, maybe 2, and then I'll give him a break and give him his treats and stuff. But it'll be easier once I can get him to stay in his relaxed position, because it's nicer when he's not like on his feet. Possible? Or possible. I enjoyed the phrase salt-crusted sea bass. It kind of makes me hungry. What are we saying? A couple more pathfinders. Not so much the wind talkers. Where are all the pathfinders at? Those are all wind talkers. Those are all wind talkers. At least they drop cloth. I've been selling linen. Also, sometimes I've been selling wool, even though I do need to make more heavy wool bandages. But I no longer need linen for anything, so I'm able to sell it, and it's been pretty reasonable. Like, it sells pretty reliably, and you get decent silver for it. I've decided I'm not too good for any source of profit in this game. It's my new Druid Aquatic form. I had a really good walk with Mr. Moose this morning. He's turning into such a well-behaved boy, or at least for now. He's going to hit his teenage month at a certain point, and I'm anticipating that being a time just because he's kind of naturally stubborn to begin with, and I feel like that's going to increase as he enters his new independence-seeking phase of puppyhood. But holy moly, he's such a sweet angel right now. He's so good. He's so good. He really impressed somebody because sidewalks are pretty narrow here, so if we're passing somebody and I will usually pull over with the dog onto like if there's grass by the curb and have him like sit or lay down while somebody walks past. And he did a really good job, and somebody was like, wow, what a well-behaved puppy. I was like, thank you. He tries really hard. He's a really good boy. Too good to sell things that require talking to others. I don't know if that's too good. I think that's just too trapped in a prison of my own making. Kitty cat's chilling. Kitty, is that true? You hanging out? You happy? Happy, baby? You know, if you would just walk up to the puppy and just give him a big head bump, we would all feel better. Or you can slap him. She's a sweet girl. She's very much like a claws-in kind of swiper. Not that she really swipes much of anything. I just I think she knows that the dog doesn't want to hurt her, but she definitely does not want to play with him. Got a blue that sell for 5 gold. Oh, so sick. I think gust of wind is an interruptible. Interrupt? Some classes have interrupts. I have yet to play a class with an interrupt, though. I got an add-on that shows me what spell they're casting, and I don't know why, because it's not like I can do anything about it. Hey, it's Hazel. It is Hazel. That's me. I have not had any blues drop yet, no, but I think it's because I'm not really in the level range for them. Like, I've just barely gotten towards that level range on this warlock. And before I had just barely gotten into the level range for it on my hunter, and then I switched back to this one. Dead mines, dead mines. You can try to fear them out of casting, but that's tough. Fear's kind of a last resort for me. I have used it a few times. This may surprise you to find out. I've pressed the fear button. Not so much on stream, but I've used it in multiple sometimes. Fear really doesn't break very easily in Classic, I found. Like, even just the rank 1 fear, it doesn't break to damage very easily at all. I want these Pathfinders. I would actually love both of them. I'm going to dot them both up. Stuns work too? Yep. My hunter will get a stun eventually. She's going to get intimidation. I'm working through the class tree to get to it. My lock does not have that either, though. She does not have intimidation. Are fell hunters a thing in Classic? Maybe that would be like the level 30 pet? Or did they add those later? Because I haven't seen any. I think I would still use a tank over a fell hunter even with an interrupt. Unless there was like a really specific interrupt that was like life ruining if it got off. I need one more Pathfinder. Thank you. You can buy them on the auctionist if you die in a higher level character. I've been living dangerously and not sending my gold anywhere at all. I keep my gold specifically tied to the character, and then I figure if they die, their wealth dies with them. Am I happy with this? Yeah, we're gonna go back to Aberdeen. Fell hunters are a thing. Fell hunters just eat casters. Really enjoyed the slow grind leveling in Wrath. I got a green to drop. I got a tribal vest. That is Agi Stam leather. I will post that. That seems sellable. Left hardcore. Got to level 23 my pally. Enjoyed her so much. Transferred to classic. Having much fun. Nice. Yeah. One of our regulars was saying this morning that they actually got killed on purpose on classic, on hardcore, because they didn't want the pressure of being on the hardcore server anymore. So I think they got killed and then transferred over, just to have an end to it. Two-handed sword drop my pally. I don't remember being elated about a drop since TBC, and I didn't even have swords learned yet. Nice. I'm always judging weapons by like whether or not they're useful, because every now and then you get like strength cloth to drop, or like a two-handed sword that's int or something weird like that, and those ones I typically vendor. But whenever I get like a good of the eagle or monkey or bear drop, even whale, that's a dungeon quest. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. A blue two-handed sword. Oh, this makes more sense. This makes more sense. There's no alert for talent points, and I had just 3 sitting for a while. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could stand to have it annoy me about that. 731. 731 for that. That's a decent chunk of silver. Well. I will take it. Best hardcore drop ever. The 6th lot pouch. Eventually, I'm going to upgrade this Warlock's bags again. I just want to make sure I have enough gold for, I don't know, training and skills and stuff. But after 24, when I buy my 24 skills, I think I'm probably going to sink some gold into at least like one. I'm going to check the values of them, but see what the most efficient big bag is. These are 10 slots, but I might be able to afford a rune cloth. Those are like 14, I think. If I ask you about your most memorable item drop, do you have one ready? My hunter had a pair of green shoulders drop that I sold for like over a gold. I think that was the best drop that I got. And I actually sold them, which I was very excited about. I think that's it. I haven't gotten anything like crazy to drop. And I wanted to sell that offhand. And then we're going to go turn in that one. That one's actually going to have some decent experience, decent XP. Oh, and my whole WoW journey, not just HC. Item drop. My first thought when you say item drop, if we're talking about all of WoW, makes me think mounts. Or are we talking like gear? It all kind of washes by me. Buying bags is so worth it. It feels so expensive when you do it, but like you get so much value out of it for your whole life. 779, yeah. And then 20 silver just for that. My philosophy, my philosophy on hardcore is that you're making gold to spend it. You're making gold to spend it. You may as well reinvest in your own quality of life and your own experience. I want to turn that one in. Yeah, we can go turn that one in. It's not too far. We can cross the legendary off the list. He would be the evoker legendary if she had one. Midnight and the Veinseeker up there. I wonder if I went back and like reviewed my old mount drop clips, if it would surprise me which ones I was more excited about. Because I know in more recent years, my mount drop reactions have been getting less excited because after a certain point, you've kind of seen it. It's more about the journey, which means that the destination is fine, but you know, it's nothing that needs throwing a party about. And man, I feel oh spooky gold, 6 gold, 66 silver. How very warlocky of me. But yeah, I wonder if I looked back, if I would be surprised by like how excited I was about various ones. Midnight was crazy because it was, yeah, the last drop of the year. If you could stand seeing yourself being excited on video.
I don't know. I've seen enough of me, man. I don't want to look at me anymore. I've seen too much of it. Oh. The last for the year? Yeah, Midnight dropped on a New Year's Eve stream. It was New Year's Eve of some year or another, and it was kind of late, and it was the last character that I had an open lockout on, and I was doing like 20-something characters through that dungeon, and it was the last character that I had a possible lockout, and it dropped for that one. Literally the last run of the year, yeah. The Zul'Gurub drop was rent-free in my head, because you tossed your glasses so sassily, it was great. What add-ons do I use? For hardcore, I have, this is what the list looks like. Auctionator, Bartender, Classic Cast Bars just lets me see what enemies are casting. Deathlog, of course. Leatrix and Leatrix Maps. Questy, Threat Plates, very important for a pet class in my opinion. And What's Training shows me in a special little tab here what kind of abilities are going to be available at my spell trainer, what I'm looking forward to. I have a kitty cat in my lap. Cute kitty. And another one. 380s, 285, 247. Here we go. Not very much experience, but, you know, a couple silver. I don't want to go up there. I'm not going to go up there yet because they're totally gonna send me back up there at some point. So we're going to head down instead. We're not doing Easy Strider Living. We're not doing the dungeon quest. So we're going to kind of head down to a Metheron and see if we can get any more Thistle Bears in the way. But 61% through this level. I think it'll also start to speed up as we get into like the south end of the zone and like early Ashenvale. I think I can certainly quest through Ashenvale a bit too. At 23, those should be like decent quests for me, but I'd like to catch up to them via these quests first. Yeah, I don't have I haven't added like a hardcore tab to my add-on spreadsheet yet. I wasn't really sure how long I was gonna be playing hardcore for. If you had asked me before hardcore came out, I probably would have guessed that it was going to be like a 3-day stream thing, just like have at it, die, and then go, whoops, oh well, and then back to retail. I thoroughly did not think I was going to stick with it. One more protoform mount down. Only 838,000 for 8,384,729 to go. Problem with the mounts is that even if you get a grand mount you really want, you never use it because it can't fly. Yeah, and then even beyond that, you get a flying mount, and it's like, well, it doesn't dragon ride. Doesn't dragon ride. Oh, hardcore gets to be an obsession. It does. Generally don't mind seeing myself, but when I accidentally turn on the selfie camera, see puzzled me from below, it's kind of jarring. I get jump scared a bit sometimes by myself lying down reading in bed face at night. Or not like at night, but like when there's just enough light for you to reflect off of the screen of the tablet that you're reading on, when you turn it off. I don't feel like that's anybody's most flattering angle. Screenshot the add-ons, make a new tab, paste that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do like having the links to them, but I feel like half the time people just want the names so they can search it in their add-on manager anyway. Came back from a week in Crete. Feels like there's a lot of news catch-up WoW-wise. Nice. I want that copper. Yeah, I do. Wish they would handle mounts like Final Fantasy, make every mount available to fly. Long term, make them all dragonfly. Yeah, I hope we're moving in a direction that's similar to that. I guess I don't see them making all ground mounts fly, but I would love if all flying mounts could eventually dragon ride. I don't mind if they look wonky, but I guess they mind if they look wonky. I'd be alright with it. I can, even if they just want to like go, no, they just swoop through the air. Seeing photos of me bothers me the most. I sometimes wish that I had a talent for modeling. And many people are like this. Don't really know what to do with my face and or limbs in photos. And I've taken a decent number of photos of myself over the course of the years for social media and whatever. And I would like to be able to pose better. So I've read articles, I've watched videos, I've looked up all the tips. There's lots of tips about how to pose for photos. And I've practiced, and I just don't got it. maybe if I kept working on it. I think it's a skill and not like an inbuilt thing. Some people are naturally good at it, but I think you certainly can learn. But I do not naturally have it, especially because I think I'm just naturally uncomfortable, which makes me do weird things with my face. And then I can't be bothered to practice more because I'm like, if you want to put effort into your career, make a video. Jeez. Or like clean up your office so you want to be in here. Do a good declutter. Next expansion starts with only ground mounts again. Please, they need their walk. You might have some you might make some enemies with that kind of that kind of talk. I like having ground only zones as long as you can actually mount it. It's not like a mall situation. I have the habit of looking drunk because I often blink with flash. Instagram indicates pretty good. I mean, but consider how many photos that's been posted for how many years that I've been alive. Also, I appreciate it, but I don't know. Ooh. I would like to be better at it because I like the idea of curating like a style or an energy or like a, I don't know, presentation vibe and then being able to take photos that kind of capture what I was going for. Because I feel pretty cool. Especially since I've cut my hair, I feel pretty good. I like my clothes. I like my hair. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm feeling happy. I feel cool. And I would love to take photos that look as cool as I feel. But it's just not as easy as it sounds. I want this one. Actual modeling, more about being able to take direction. I feel like to some extent you have to have some idea of what's going on with your face and body. You have to have some amount of awareness of your muscles, I suppose. Because somebody could give me direction and they could be like, you know, do something more this, and I would have no idea how to make that happen. Alrighty, we're doing... Do I have enough fishing skill for this yet? I feel like I don't. My fishing skill is, you can get good stuff from these. If you have this fishing skill for it. I want better fishing skill on this character, but like, I've been lazy about grinding it. I have been lazy. I bet you this is just going to get away. I have a +3 skill on my fishing pole, which is kind of a big deal. No, fish got away. Can't do it. Not enough skill. Oh well. That's a later me problem. I have, yeah, it's only 26. It's not very good. I need, bobbers, like the purple things. Yeah, that's a sick shirt. Why, thank you. No bait? Yeah, no, I'm not carrying any with me. I can't stomach the bag slots to have them handy. That would have helped though, for sure. So there's like bears down here. Look at another one of these sea creatures. You made it to Darkshore. I did make it to Darkshore. Hope you're doing well today. Love your content. Thanks, Fractal Crescendo. Aw, sleepy kitty. It's raid testing day today. I'm excited to see the new raid. It's the first day of raid testing. I will probably actually try and remember to end stream a tiny bit early today. Well, earlier than I have been doing. Like, go until like maybe 11:30 because I need a bit of extra time to make sure that I've set up my PTR character. I haven't done it yet. So I need to just make sure I'm all ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna PTR test as priest, I think. But it's the first step towards the next batch of raid guides. This wand's pretty good. I almost dropped like 6 gold or 7 gold or something on a wand. I was thinking about it. It was a blue wand. It was like the thunder stick, I think. And I was kind of like comparing the damage of that wand to like all the other wands that I'm going to get within the next like 5 or 6 levels and trying to figure out how many hours of gameplay it was going to last me. Because, you know, you're wanding quite a bit. It's a huge part of your overall damage, and it's really, really extra nice because wanding is not pushed back by melee hits the same way that spellcasting is. So if I do rip aggro off of my Voidwalker, or I've done so on purpose to tank something for him, I can wand them and not, you know, like if you're trying to get off a hard cast and people are beating on you, it's going to take ages to get that cast off, whereas wanding is uninterrupted. So like having a decent wand is pretty darn good. But it was so much gold. I ended up not doing it. I ended up I figured that if I could make it like another 2 levels, plus this one's pretty good. I got the dire wand. It's not bad. But another couple levels. The green wands are so much cheaper, and they're not quite as good as the blue one, but they're like pretty close. They're close enough to make it worthwhile. So I decided to save my gold. I will need it for something, I'm sure. I don't know what, but something. I hate that pushback. Makes healing yourself in combat nearly useless. Yeah. Man, I'm getting class envy. I really want to play a priest in hardcore. But I was on my hunter and I really wanted to play a warlock. And at a certain point, it's like, Hazel, just stick to something and level it. Like, I have this feeling that I'm going to get to level 25, 26, which is exactly where my hunter is. And then I'm going to be like, okay, time for another one. As though I'm done, even though I'm not done. It's just the level where things start to feel a little bit scary. Play what you want? I guess so. And I mean, my hunter's gonna have some sick rested experience. My priest died at 17. Feels bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Man, bear form in classic looks wild. They've got like hyena spine. They've got a big spine bump in the front of their bodies. Moonstalker. I need Moonstalker pelts, but from like higher level Moonstalkers. Had a tune die at 22 in Redridge. Oh, that's awful. Amazing how much learning some basics can help improve pictures and a tripod. Haven't had a chance to play all week, and the withdrawal is a thing. Night Elf Bear's got a bad case of rat face. Oh man. 28 and 100, and I already kind of feel like playing my new Locker Mage. I'm team rotate alts if you're in the mood to do so, because like Rested's really strong for leveling, especially if you've been feeling like it's getting super slow. Having Rested will help a lot, and having multiple characters in the go makes it a lot easier to kind of get that Rested built up. But I don't know if I wonder if I'm going to catch up to my hunter's level and then switch back to her for a while, like to let the gnome get rested, or if I'm going to just stick with the gnome because it's like the new thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm breaking my investment in the character or if I'm just like maximizing efficiency. Deaths at 40, those hurt. I feel like there's got to be a threshold, like a certain level where if you die at that level, it's like so painful that it's kind of hard to pick back up and keep going. Not that Moonstalker. Let's kind of curve around to... we may as well go do Murk Deep. It's right over here. Let's go do Murk Deep. Depends on which way you look at it. Yeah. I think after like 40, it would be hard for me to start another character of that class over again because that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to put in it. You feeling good? Yeah, you're feeling good. You're level 18. You're a bear. You're fine. This was your plan all along. I'll chuck you a dot. All right, we should be a little bit careful here. These are not quite green, but like green adjacent. I also don't currently have a healthstone handy. I used it earlier, so I need to make a new one and then keep an eye out for a green mob that I can drain soul on to get another soul shard. Nice to have healthstones. Yeah, this one. Okay. It's your soul. And I'm just going to face tank that one. I abandoned the Moonstalker Pelt quest. Let's see if you get luckier than me. From what I remember from my Night Elf, that quest is horrific. Just horrible, horrible drop chance. How do I feel about my gear? I'm gonna get another food buff. Raid testing begins... I should double check the post. My understanding is it's 1 p.m. Pacific time, because that is the normal start time. They've gotten very regimented about their schedules lately, which I appreciate. Raid testing is basically almost always Thursday, Friday. 1 to 3 or 1 to 4-ish Pacific, which is good. It works for me. Matriarchs are a pain too, since they have the pet. I feel like those are some of the more dangerous mobs in Darkshore because people get kind of ambushed by them, and then the pet can... I feel like when people die to Moonstalker runs, it's usually the pet and not just the random runs up north. Although, speaking of dangerous mobs, I was doing the Tower of Alphalax quest with the cultists in the north side of the zone, like just south of the Naga area. And I was like kind of poking my nose around. I was like looking in the tower because I was like, well, I'm high level right now. I could totally take this. Oh, I got some grunts bracers of the bear. I'm rich. I could totally do this. And... And there's a level 28 mob with a pet inside that tower, and I thought, nope, I didn't pull it, thankfully. But it jump scared me a little bit when I saw it was like red leveled, and I'm like, what do you mean red? I over leveled this zone. What is that? Just like bait? You trying to get people killed out here? Holy, that's mean. That is way too high level for this zone. Maybe it has story implications or something, but it didn't aggro at least, which I appreciate. Late Eschenville quest. Mission there for level 30. Yeah. That has to be it. What item level for raid testing? They scale you up, so you don't need to be any particular item level. They're going to scale up your gear. It's helpful to have tier, though. You can usually get some stuff off of vendors on the PTR, but I will typically copy a character that was raid geared on retail just to have like a nice start. And it's also... And then you just make sure you get like your gems, enchants, potions, files, all that good stuff. Sometimes they'll have like a trinket vendor that has like new trinkets for testing purposes, and you can just kind of help yourself from those. But it's also, you know, it's raid testing. It's not like you're not trying to parse. You're just trying to help progress the fight enough to see the fight, typically. Merc Deep, are you here? Are you good? You coming? Did I kill you already? I did do it. Wanted. Complete. Good job. Go team. We're getting out of here. Let's go to the, let's go turn in at the Grove of the Ancients. And then probably take like a short break. That respawn was quick. Yeah! Do I have a lot of clam meat? I do. I do. How much do they think that those bracers are worth? 30 silver! That's aggressive. I feel like, I'm not expecting anybody who's level... Well, it's level 14, actually. That's not bad. I don't know about 30 silver, but I feel like I could sell those for something. What's the point of testing the raid with gear that you want from it? I'm going to try not to be snarky. You know, find out what the fight looks like. From Blizzard's end, they like to see how people approach the fights, to see if their encounter design is working as intended, and to identify any major bugs or exploits that people might use to kind of creatively game the fight. It's also a good chance for them to see if those trinkets are working. Like maybe somebody gets that trinket from the vendor ahead of time and then uses it during raid testing, and then Blizzard gets data that goes, oh hey, that trinket, broken. Broken. Somebody fix that. Didn't even know you were doing Merc Deep. 30 silver seems fair. They're pretty good. And some people are smarter than me, and they are transferring their gold off characters, so they start like, you know, subsequent characters with big money bags, and they want like that easy, safe start. Don't like PTR? I feel like Blizz should be the only one testing the raids. Not that I trust them to do so. I mean, they do also test the raids, though. Like, they totally do. I feel like they do almost all of their testing internally. They have internal raid test teams. I think that public testing is great because, well, on one hand, I'm biased because I use it to get footage to make raid guides, which are a big part of my livelihood. But they're also, you're always gonna get ideas out of a wider population testing the raid that wouldn't necessarily crop up in internal testing with smaller amounts of people throwing at it. So you never know when people are going to uncover something that doesn't work. I feel like it's valuable testing data. And then if you don't want to know about the fights ahead of time, you can just kind of not look at the guides. Okay.
What brings you here?
We have
Good luck, friend.
quest to turn in.
Hello.
Take a little bit of a short break, eh? That's food. That's a buff. I'm trying to figure out what things I want to vendor and what things I want to like hang on to and actually try and sell. I've been posting decent chunks of my stuff. Oh no, that's a quest item.
I am listening.
Even the clam meat. Clam meat's like a good for leveling cooking, so sometimes I'll hold on to that and post that too. Light hides have kind of fallen off a little bit, which is fine. And then that was a quest reward wand. Cool, okay. I am going to take a very short break. BRB. Okie dokie. I'm back. I got a key cat.
You nice and warm?
You want to help warm me up? It's a little chilly in here. I wonder if that's... Well, I was going to say, is that why she's such a lap cat? But I don't think that's fair. I think she's... I think she's a lap cat all by herself. She cuddles in warm weather, too. I don't know Mushroom. That's a good question. I haven't done it yet. She's a warm spot cat. Haven't tuned in a while. Love the hair. Why, thank you. Is this the escort quest? It is. It's probably a bit safer to do at this level, but I'm still going to like kind of come back to that one. I never did do that on my hunter. I was too scared. I'll come back to that one. I need quite a few different things kind of from the south here. I wonder if I could get away with rem travel or maybe like one more level. We can go to the beach and get the rest of the sea creatures. That's a reasonable thing to work on. Let's see if we can get nice and comfy. You like my prairie chicken? I was in Westfall and I decided that it was time to pick up a pet. It's like the cheapest one I think you can get in Classic. You can get away with rem travel. Are you just saying that because you voted that I would be super dead? You're just trying to get channel points back. Actually, I think that if it was up to you and you could assassinate me, I don't think you would. I think you would be too nice to, if it was up to you, trash my like 20, 30 hours of work, whatever it is, for some channel points. I don't think you would do it. Because my one channel point? No. Best way to find a raid testing group? People will list them in Group Finder and people will advertise them in trade chat during like the 20 minutes or so leading up to raid testing on the server. And that is usually how I would find them. After having done that enough times, I would basically look for guild groups whenever possible. And then those groups typically would have a Discord. And then I would try to like stay in the Discord of those groups that would do it and then kind of like see if I could sneak into signups. Over the last couple of rounds of raid testing, I've been really lucky to get into a couple of really great guilds. Both Icelandic Gustavo Force and Occasional Excellence have both been awesome. And they... and I'm in the Discords for both of those, so I can kind of like sneak in. I'm going to try and test with IGF again because they're fantastic groups. And I'm lucky enough to have kind of like snuck in. Red Shamrock, thank you for the 15-month resub. Morning Hazel and chat. It's definitely one of those things, though, where you can totally pug it, but if you pug and you get in a good group, make friends. Do the thing that I hate doing because I'm shy. Introduce yourself. Be like, hey, thanks for the group. It was great testing with you. I would love to run with you again if you guys are doing another group on this next testing date, and just, like, get yourself an in. Especially if you show up and you're, like, you know, a decent, helpful member of the raid group, then you're, it's good. I have a bad habit of not leaving pug discords. My Discord is now cluttered. I clean them up every once in a while, but there are a couple that I can't leave because when you find those good raid testing groups, they are like gold. there is nothing worse on raid testing day than being like, I need this footage for my raid guides. I need to see these fights. I don't have a group. I don't know if I can get into one. I don't know if I'm going to get into a decent one either, because some of the pugs that are like total pugs that aren't being led with any particular degree of leadership are just a bit messy. Like some of them won't always phase bosses. Some of them will kind of fall apart before the raid testing hour is over. And that's always a huge bummer, because if I don't get footage of the later phases, it makes it much harder to make raid guides. Not impossible, but harder for sure. So having good groups is a godsend. Kind of like how I ended up with my raid team. First time I did a dream search, I could not see any of the NPCs to get quests. They're completely covered. Oh yeah, with people on mounts and stuff. Yeah. I did it recently. Seemed very chill. I was like 2 levels lower than you. Okay. I will consider it then. I know it's just like an escort, but I guess I'm nervous about escorts. Oh, I got a leather bag to drop. Although the price of those had fallen off a little bit. I sold one of them for like 20 silver, and I couldn't believe it because you can get like crafted bags of higher slots for somewhat close to that. But we'll see. Even if I just vendor it, it's still like 9 silver. I'll take it. How am I at? We're at 687. Climbing back up to 7 gold. If I somehow, someway, had the ability to kill your tune you had 30 hours invested in, it would have to be really funny for everyone. Can't imagine that situation. I feel like a few of you are invested on this journey with me. I feel like I'm not the only one that doesn't want me to die. You know, we got Hellgrave. I am Hazel, which is like Hazel, but with the letters all mixed up. You know, she's forging paths where original Hazel didn't make it yet. Or didn't make it. Definitely invested. Do not want you to die. I get a little bit more attached every time I play, which is a good thing and also maybe a little bit dangerous. I'm going to get more soul shards. There we go. Yeah, it's even worth a little bit of experience. I wouldn't mind a bit more risk, but I can just play more risky in my own character. I will get mildly riskier than this at a certain point. Once I start getting into Ashenville, I will be fighting fewer gray mobs and more, at least green mobs, if not yellows, but it'll take a bit of catching up to get to that point. We're getting there, though. I do feel like it's worth it to go back and to clear out this zone, though. Like, this experience feels... The experience and then the gold that I'm getting from it feels worthwhile. I feel like when I do get back to the wetlands eventually, especially if I do a good chunk of, like, early Ashenvale first, I will be more prepared. I will feel pretty safe. What's your current reason for not playing the Hunter? I'm having fun playing the Warlock, and I only have 2 hands. It's the same as the reason why I'm not currently fishing or sleeping. I can only do one thing at once. You could be part of a hardcore death compilation. I'd hope that my first character made it into at least one of them. I was so it was traumatic. It was my only death so far, and I thought for sure she was gonna make it. Sleeping. What madness. Candy cat. I guess she was cold. She got in bed with me last night. It was very cute. We're smack dab in the middle of the battle for Helm's Deep in the Twin Towers right now is where we're at. I think they're going to make it work. Bad vision. I keep thinking the plushie's ears are spikes of hair. Oh, yeah, I could see it. Oh, I don't think I've ever... Pardon me. I don't think I've ever spiked my hair. I put gel in my hair as a youth, but it was more like the way that you put gel in curly hair and you get like the crunchy curls before I had learned how to scrunch out the crunch. So I want to do some Master's Glaive stuff. Let's go walk down the coast and just grab all those, Oh, we can do the Escort. It's right here. I'm one scalp away from this Buzzbox quest, too. Let's see. Thank you. Vertical hairstyle, bit of a pain to do. Yeah. Yeah, I never really got around to it. I'm kind of enjoying having very minimal hair styling products right now. Like I'll put a little bit of like a little bit of a hair oil in it just to kind of juice it up a little bit, especially now that it's been colored. But aside from that, I'm not doing a whole lot. It occurred to me that I don't actually know how to like which way I should be combing it or how I should be styling it when it's like this length, because it's long enough that it can be messy, or like I can comb it to lay in a certain way. These are like level 18s. Yeah, I think this will be fine, but I'm gonna flask up and stuff. I'm gonna take this half seriously, just in case, you know. So we've got one of those, one of these, and we're gonna eat some goulash. Used to have a giant death hawk. Only put it up a few times. Most of the time, it was just flopped over to one side. I feel like it would be cool to have like a huge mohawk that you braid, kind of like a big center braid. But I don't know that it would. I don't know that that would end up being my thing. I think if I ever did grow my hair out again, I would do it in a way where I could more or less keep it braided, because I just don't have it in me to care for curls all the time right now. So Rem Travel is currently being escorted. And I know he's one of those NPCs that is kind of like only up one place at a time. Am I not on top of I am on top of a copper vein. Where is it though? Excuse me. Copper? Is it like behind the tent maybe? It is behind the tent. Like a troll? Yeah, I think the trolls have a hairstyle like that. But I would want to be conscious of not adopting any hairstyles that would be appropriating, I think. Be a little mindful. Almost level 16. HC is such a blast. Wonder if, in general, really short hair would help with the common head problems of either too oily or too dry scalp. Do you know? I think it's not like a cure-all, but it certainly makes it easier to treat, because when your hair is very short, if your scalp is too dry, you can kind of just put moisturizer on your whole head. And if your scalp is too oily, like similarly, you can shampoo and like soap it, and your hair is not going to dry out quite as much or get as frizzy, because your hair is going to absorb more of the oil off of your scalp. Or at least that's the way it's been for me with my naturally kind of dry hair. So it certainly made it easier for me. It also, my scalp cleared up just in being able to get it wet more often, more easily. Like I was not washing my hair super often. I would keep it dry even during showers for a lot of showers, just because it was a lot, it was nicer on the curls to not get them wet all the time, which is fine, except that my scalp really didn't like it very much. My scalp is happier if I can just kind of like give it a nice little rinse every day. And that's way easier with short hair than it was with long hair for me. Just dish soap your head. Shave it down to the skin, you could get a true shine to the scalp. That is one thing to be careful of with your scalp if you have very short hair, is sun protection. If your scalp has basically like, if it's been used to being protected by hair and you all of a sudden go very short and then you're like out in direct UV, you're going to be you're going to be in danger. I recommend hats. Sunscreen's good too, but I just whenever my hair is super short, or even just in general, I'm a big fan of hats outdoors. Have you tried dry shampoo? It's good. You want to kind of keep an eye on your own scalp and your own hair and how everything feels. Dry shampoo can sometimes aggravate scalp issues because it can kind of either dry out your scalp itself or just cause buildup on your scalp that can be irritating and difficult to get rid of if you're using it a lot. But everybody has their own balance and hair care routine that they need, and everybody's is a little bit different. Do you know this by experience? This is one lesson that I did not have to learn the hard way. I have never gotten a sunburn on my head because I was warned about it. And when I cut my hair short, I took to heart I very much took to heart the wear a hat in the sun advice, because it seemed like good advice. And, you know, just be cautious of like your neck and your ears and stuff too, because they used to be covered by hair and they no longer are. So I got myself a sick bucket hat, and I look cool as hell. Hair will look a little greasy. Do not want sunburn your scalp. Trust me. Yeah. It always felt a little unfair how with curls, the right answer was never like free, you know, like I could never just like, you know, just wash my hair and brush it and then have that be the thing. Like you always, if you were going to have curls and you were going to like take good care of them, there was always going to be product involved. And at a certain point, I just wanted to be cheap. I just wanted less stuff in my bathroom. I didn't want to have to shop for a thing. I didn't want to have to find the right product. I wanted to stop shopping. Is Rem Travel? Oh, he's still with us. Okay, good. And sometimes I'm jealous of... I like my natural hair texture, but sometimes I'm jealous of the more naturally smoother, straighter, flat, or even like just lightly wavy ones, because I feel like they can get away with less stuff. JVN hair stuff's amazing, not cheap. Yeah, maybe one day I will be in the mood to get into hair care as a hobby, and at that point I'll probably be happy to invest in it, but I didn't want to feel, I don't know, forced into doing it, so. Vroom. The irony is those of us with straight hair usually are jealous of those like you, Hazel. I have heard that a lot. A little bit of grass is greener syndrome in both directions. Always want what you don't have. Smooth pebbles. Oh, they're bullets. I looted some bullets. Nobody likes what they have until you get to be 40 and then realize you were perfectly great. Oh, Grunt's Bracers of Strength. Those might sell too. Whenever I mean, pursuing style and beauty is fun and it's expressive. And I think it is worth time and energy, especially if you're getting value out of it. But whenever I start to feel too stressed about it, or like if it's starting to make me feel bad in any way, I usually remind myself about all my favorite things about all my favorite people, whether they be people in my life or people that like, you know, like characters in a show or people that you follow. And I ask myself what my favorite things about those people are. And it's almost always something they do or a way that they act or something they say or like a habit they have. It's always more about like who they are and what they do, and not usually like, you know, they've got the they've got the best hair. I mean, some people do have amazing hair and it's great, but that's not what makes me, you know, stand, so to speak. You know, there's plenty of people that are that have great hair and or fashion or whatever that you still don't really want to put energy into because maybe they're just not your vibe. You're right, this is a pretty safe level to do this quest. This is pretty reasonable. Did Rem Travel die? Oh, I failed! I failed! Oh man, I wasn't paying enough attention. We gotta try that again. I can do it. At least we're getting some amount of experience because these quests are, these mobs are green, so like, it's not a nothing that you get for doing them. Oh, I failed it. Brutal. Oh no. Favorite thing about you is the car that you drive? The one with the wheels? Yeah, wheels! It's got like the steering wheel and the wheels that make it roll on the ground. He deserved it. I can't blame him for being distractible. It's my whole life. We're gonna I think somebody else is on the quest right now. I can just kind of grind mobs in the area and then come back and try again. The gasp got me worried as someone who's not watching, working by their monitor. Listening in the background. Oh, we're alright. We're doing just okay. I didn't mean to scare you. Alright, they're working on that. I'm just gonna go get the beach creatures while I'm waiting. Is there anything that I can get rid of from my bags here that I don't need? I should go back to town at some point. 18 copper. Yeah, we can drop that. I should get that add-on that Uja mentioned. It was called... Let's just get it. Just get it. What was that called? Something about vendoring the cheapest item. Get more add-ons for classic... What was it called? Cheap. Drop the cheapest thing. Yeah. Yeah, let's grab that. that might come in handy. One word. Does it account for auction house prices, or is that too much to ask? I predicted death, but I don't actually want death. It's just a numbers game. Also, how does it work? Do my bags have to be full, or is there like a function that I can do? $350 experience for this one. There should be a mini-map button. Okay. Junk to drop. Ruffled feather. Oh, several times. Yeah. Oh, I like that it tells you. Shift click to delete the cheapest item. Nice. Yeah, we like that. We like that. That's good. Happy with that. Okay. Let's pay a modicum of attention just because a 6 pull of these would probably be fine, but not fun. Okay. And then go pick up that one. It's so fun having all of these pet management buttons. I don't think I would do it in retail. I think I have too many other buttons to worry about to make me feel like it's worth doing on retail. But in hardcore, because like my rotation, where don't mind me, I tabbed to go upset that crab. I'm so sorry, Mr. Crab. In classic, my rotation is so simple and straightforward. I really feel like I can kind of get away with having like a bunch of keybinds for all of my pets' manual buttons. I don't feel like I'm overtaxing myself or anything to have like a go and a come back button and then like a this is your taunt, this is my consume shadows button. Eventually I'm gonna get at 24 in just another 24% funny experience. We're gonna get ourselves a lovely, ooh, these are level 20, so these are spicier. I'm still sending them in, but we're gonna keep an eye on this. Is that just a single pull? It is. We're gonna get a suffering. It's called suffering. We'll have to find out what it does. I have to make a new button. It is a bit funny that they don't let you just drag them from the pet bar onto your bar. You have to make a macro. It's a bit rude. Takes way longer to get new buttons in Classic because of the ranks and all that. Yeah. I do feel like I have enough buttons though, which I appreciate. I don't feel like I'm at a... I don't feel like I need any more. I have plenty of buttons that are pretty situational. And I feel like I have enough. I'm happy to just kind of wand something to death. 2 dots plus wanding is good enough for me. Watching all the streamer HC activity across Twitch makes me vividly remember just how much caster mana matters in Classic. Can you imagine wanding in retail? What if they made a class in retail that was just like self-admittedly pretty simple and straightforward? What if they just made like a really easy class or spec And I guess it would just be difficult. I mean, they've tried doing like talents that are like the easy version that does most of your damage versus the super tryhard version that does way more. I don't know if it goes well, but like it's probably a market for specs that are this simple. BM Hunter. I really disagree that BM Hunter is that brain dead. I think that that perception is based off of like a 3 expansion old impression of BM Hunters. They're buff juggling now. It's not it's not brain dead at all. Yeah, in retail. I have clams. Man, my bags are... Oh, you know what? I can do the thing. Fish bones. And... severed talon. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go in. We're also not the only person pulling this. Yeah, that druid's level 21. They'll be fine. I think. They're meleeing. I'm gonna throw a dot or two up. Arcade mage, kidding. Here we go. I want my loot. As much as my bags are full, I want my loot. What if they drop something super good? Also, I'm a pretty big fan of this this drop the cheapest thing button. That's a pretty sick add-on. Oh yeah, I guess they're only 4 copper each, but I have 43 of them, so it's 1 silver 72 to get the whole bundle. I want more soul shards, but I don't really have the space for them. Yeah. I guess I don't know exactly what I would quantify as like a class that's easy to play or simple in the way that classic WoW feels easy to play and simple. I think that, of course, with any class in retail, you could just like pick 3 buttons and be like, these are my buttons, and then just like hit those and auto attack, but you're gonna do like a fraction of your potential. I think maybe what I'm looking for is something that can do like 85% of its potential with like 4 buttons and, you know, some like passive time. I think maybe there's a Demon Hunter version that's kind of like that. I don't know though. It's just a different game. I can always play this one. My hunter mostly auto shots things. What is that? It's copper. Oh, I can get the copper. I need so many. I need to. You know what? There's a vendor back at There's a vendor at Grove of the Ancients. We can clear up some space there, but eventually I'm gonna need to go back in town and actually auction some stuff because I don't have it in me to like start vendoring like all this ore and greens. We've got 1 bag slot. I'm gonna get rid of that. Don't need the rough stone. Also, more clams to open. Okay. I want to do the dig site. I think we can do it. We got room. We can do this. I have so many quest items in my bags. It's a bit brutal. He's here. He's ready. He's ready for his escort. If I pay full and undivided attention, we can definitely survive this quest. We're doing pretty good. We're 79% of the way towards 24. I'm actually going to get a level at some point.
Well,
Alright. I'm putting a big circle on him. Can I set him as a focus? No. Because I just didn't notice when he died last time. He should have, screamed more. Friendly nameplates? Hmm. There we go. Now I have one for Hillgrave too. It's kind of nice actually. Yeah, he's made it nothing. He is a scientist and not a warrior. It's a good thing we've got a tank with us. Oh yeah, I can see his Consume Shadows cast bar now. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's probably because of my classic cast bars add-on, but... I can just turn the sound up this way. I want like more sound. Oh, that might be a little loud now. I have regrets, I have regrets. There we go. At least his health resets between pulls, it looks like. My inventory's full. But what was it? What was it? We need it. Drop junk, drop junk. This is the best button ever. You are 100% right. That's an excellent add-on. Dwarfs Trogs 2.0? You'd know better than me. I did not pay attention to Brand's Bronzebeard at any point in the last 20 years when he was talking. Alright, we've got a nice little double pull. Oh, he's so squishy. As the more you press the button, the higher value all of your your junk gets. I guess it's just a good incentive to go vendor some stuff. Yeah, I'll have to make a little classic add-on spreadsheet. Or even maybe like a little proper video for it. Although, let's not get carried away. Let's not make promises we can't keep. That's just too good. Surely that fish must count. It doesn't want to drop the fish. That fish is cheaper. I wonder if it's basically not counting white quality stuff. So like these Murloc scales... the crawler claws, like those food items, it's not counting. There might be a setting for it. I am 3 levels above this escort quest. This is death logs. It logs the deaths. 2 minutes or shorter. Sometimes the really short condensed videos take longer to make than the longer ones. More editing. Bear meat.
What can I do for you?
Oh my gosh, that's what killed him last time. He ate like 2 fireballs to the face. I'm just gonna tank this bone snapper with my nose. That's fine. We must maintain aggro on that geomancer. Holy smokes, that thing toasted him. We're just gonna wand it down. I'm not even putting up dots anymore. Run travel, please. No wonder he died. That's fast. If he took a 3rd fireball, he would be gone. Dunzo. Can I bandage you? Thank you. Okay, now he's regenning. Dumb scientist insists on helping. Ooh, we got an oak mallet of the eagle. I wonder if that's like a druid thing. It's like a mace of some kind. Haunch of meat. There must be a settings page for that add-on. Because right now it's only counting grays, and I want it to look at the white gear too. Add-on for dot timers. Threat plates does that, which is nice. It wasn't what I installed it for, but it was a side effect that I was willing to live with because it's nice. Yeah, he gets smoked in melee too, but not nearly as fast as those fireballs. Morning Hazel, still alive, I see. Indeed. We're level 23, going on 24 here. Nearly there. Hey, we did it. That one turns in all the way back north, yeah. Yeah, I think I should go back. I think I'm gonna actually skip back north because my bags are in dire straits. I'll be able to clear up some space by turning in all those different, I got 5 sea creature bones on me. But we can also pop back to Darnassus a little bit as well. Let's turn some stuff in, eh? Then he just remembers he gave the book to someone already. Listen, he's just absent-minded.
I am
Here, let's turn in the bones first, get some stuff out of the bags. Well, I guess I can auto-vendor some grays. I love the music out here. I cleared up 7 bag slots. 21 silver, though. We have any add-on settings for drop the cheapest thing? We do. General, auction values. I see there are settings like that. Braver than I am. I was over leveling that one a little bit. It was alright. I also have pretty strong gear. I have done some gold making and some shopping, so I'm wearing pretty juicy gear for my level. I've got lots and lots of health. Might drop your buff food now. True, but it'll only... I like that it tells me what it's going to drop next. It's not dropping something without my consent the same way that like an auto vendor would. Well, that cleared up a little bit of space, didn't it? I can't believe we didn't get all 4 scalps for the buzz box. We're so close. Oh, I bet we're going to get to 24 actually. I will need to go sell stuff in town. I'm going to do that in Darnassus, but I also need a warlock training, and there certainly is not going to be a warlock trainer in Darnassus.
Be careful.
Oh well. What do you do? There she is. What does she have to say about this? Thank the stars he's safe. I told you he was absent-minded. I can't believe he insisted on staying there with all those horrible creatures lurking about. Oh, they're sending me back to Darnassus anyways. Nice. I needed to go. They want to give me a strength int spirit belt, but I believe my belt is better. It's got the same amount of int, and then it's got 4 stams, so we'll just take like a vendor item from that. That is the Strider Living quest. We don't want that. I don't want the dungeon quest either. What else am I getting rid of here? I typically don't like using bag add-ons that will condense... Pardon me. I don't like using bag add-ons that give me a mega bag, but I would maybe consider it for classic and not retail, just because I really miss having a lovely auto-organized bag button. And I know Bagnon can do that. Some pretty good grunts bracers. Selling the shadow gems. Happy with this? Happy with this. Yeah, lots of stuff we can post. Malachite's vendor trash. Milk is vendor trash. Yeah. Yeah, no, we just gotta go sell some stuff. Does strength affect your pet's attack power? I don't know. I'm guessing it doesn't. Increases attack power with melee weapons. I'm assuming that just means me and my melee weapons. I don't know what gives Hellgrave more damage, aside from, like, talent points, basically. I can improve his damage done with some demonology talents. Increasing his strength will. Addy bags is good. Better, never used anything else after trying it out years ago. Does it have an option to not combine the bags? Especially in Classic where, like, I don't know. I'll check when I'm in town to see if it's reasonable to afford any better bags. Because I feel pretty wealthy. Lots of votes for Addy bags. Alright, I'll try it. I'm on a flight path. I can grab another add-on. Oh, no, that's not my add-on manager. That's my stream UI. Addy bags. Install. Let me mess with it. Auto sorts into categories, hides empty slots. Huh. Do I like that? Maybe. Oh, I see. I've got it, and it shows me how many free space I have. 19. Okay. Interesting. Would I hate it up there? Yeah. Worth a shot. Use that one even in retail. Found it easier to use default bags to sort them how I wanted. Yeah. I'm gonna run this for a while and see if I like it. I might. I can appreciate the auto organization. That is nice. I'm tempted to buy and carry around a fishing bobber because strong fishing pole +5. Shiny bobble. I have a +3 fishing pole on me. I just every now and then I see like a oily blackmouth pool and I just don't have the fishing skill for it. Hi, Moose.
Someone's playing.
Those are play barks. That's the sound of a dog that lost his ball under the couch and he's like, get back here. Recent items. Wow. They're glowy. Does it show how much gold each of your characters have? It's currently showing the gold this character has. I would be surprised if it did multiple characters by default, but I guess I don't know. I just got it. I do like default bags. I like a search bar though. I can see how many soul shards I have, nice and easy. Junk! Miscellaneous junk! Excuse me, that chicken egg is my boon companion. This prairie chicken and I have been through some stuff. Some stuff to post and then check out bag prices and see what they're looking at. Chicken egg could have been fishing bait. 18 slots available right now, but here, let's go ahead and do a fresh little auction scan. Chicken's the only reason she hasn't died yet. I've been of the opinion of risking it for the biscuit when it comes to posting and like deposits and stuff. You just trust, you just believe. Cars level 14. Yep. Those are good. Those are decent. What time is it? It's 11 a.m. Okay. 3 strength, 3 spirit, leather, 9. Keeping those. 18's not really enough to make that worth. But sometimes I will just kind of mark it up. And then just post it for the whole day and assume that at a certain point in the day the price is going to climb to that point. Really? Have some faith. Bruce the First, thank you very much for giving out a gift. So, appreciate it. I got 44 linen cloth, 20 silver, or 20 copper per piece approximately. Fine with that. I will hold on to my wool. I will make some bandages. Once in my life, I'll make some band-aids. I think copper is going to spike again. I think that's way too cheap for copper. I'm going to post it at 45 per. Especially when it's like not that much quantity. I think that it can, it'll climb back up to there. 2 silver. Yeah. 2 silver per piece for tin. You gotta be careful when you're posting. You don't want to get bamboozled. Can you check for copper bars? I should be able to see now. It does look like it's profitable to smelt copper right now. At least with the price that copper had fallen to for copper bars. I just can't be bothered to go find a forge. What is it? Auctioneer will show you profit margins in the smelting menu. Which is kind of nice. And then that. Clams. Cool. So now we're up to 38 free slots. We like. I've already sold the medium leather. And I would like to see bags. So like, traveler's backpacks, of course, very expensive. 10 slots I already have. Brune cloth bags are $3.79 each for a 14 slot. That's pretty good. $3.79. Backpack is 16 slot, but 23 gold. What about knapsack? I'm trying to remember what the generic dropped ones are called. Sometimes they're cheaper. 117 for a 12 slot. Not bad. Mage weaves are, I think I want 14 slot. 116 for, again, 12 slots. Rune cloth bag. Yeah. Shopping. So, I'm gonna buy one for now. Because I don't want to spend all of my gold. But it's something you're gonna use for like a long time. Also, I can't spend all of my gold because don't have enough to buy another one. I should be able to resell this this silk bag though. So actually, if I can take one of my silk bags off, cannot put non-empty bags in other bags. That is one problem here actually. I should be able to repost the silk. Look at this oil baroness. 3 gold for a bag. Ooh, someone's buying all my copper and linen. Nice. I'm imagining it's you. You're just buying it to smelt. Profitable. But, hey, bag slots pay off. They come in real handy. It's an investment and it feels gross, but you do it one time per slot. Might if I wasn't sure. Okay. We're gonna pick up my new bag. And then switch it for one of these. And then, do I want to go back and sell that? Is it worth? It's gonna vendor for 20 silver. Yeah, I'm gonna go post it. I'm gonna post that silk bag I just took off. For some reason I thought you were on NA. Like, I know you don't live in NA, but I thought you were playing on NA for some reason. Maybe I'm confusing it with like a retail thing. Or maybe I'm just making things up. Who's to say? I'm pleased with level 24. Oh, I have a talent point to spend. We're Felstam. Felstam all the way. Eventually we'll do Master Summoner, and that'll be good. I have 41 open bag slots now. That'll last me a little bit. Not forever, but a hot minute. That's what's going to make it really hard and annoying to go back to playing playing my hunter, is my hunter has no bag space. Maybe I should just focus on making gold on the hunter. Like, forget experience, just grind gold and then take any experience that happens to be incidental and just save up to buy those runecloth bags, because she only has 3 bag slots because of the quiver. She needs them. PC likes to crash with Twitch open sometimes. Yeah, mage weaves are much cheaper than runecloth, but I figure if at this point, if I'm going to save up gold and invest in bags, I want to get like the final stage ones. Although, it is nice that you can sell a bag that you're no longer using once you're done. Long time no see. Hello. Welcome back. Speaking of NAU, if I move to Europe, could I maintain play my existing NA account? You could. You're going to have more lag, though. You're going to have some latency because you're connecting from across the pond. And if you choose to start over, like if you choose to play on EU instead, you would basically cancel your NA sub, start an EU sub, and you'd be leaving your whole account behind. So you would not, there's no way to account transfer across regions. So there's no way to move like your mount collections, your characters, anything like that. You can keep playing on your same old servers with your same old everything, but you're going to have a lot more lag if you move. It's one of the greater grievances of that I've heard, that is like there's just no good thing for it. This is hardcore. You know you don't need a quiver. You can carry arrows in your bag. You can. However, you lose out on some ranged attack power. You're going to get 10% ranged attack power for having a quiver equipped and 12% for some of the better quivers. And then you're going to need to carry arrows around anyways, and it's worth having like 8 or so stacks of them because you go through them pretty quick. I do have a quest to turn into Darnassus. You're right. I'm sorry. Whoops. I completely forgot. Let's go drop that one off. Sorry, not attack power. Attack speed? I think it's attack speed. It's good though, anyways. It's worth wearing. It's definitely worth doing. Hello again. I have a gap between deliveries. Checking you're still alive. I am still alive. I'm level 24. We leveled. We did it. We even did the Escort quest with the absent-minded prospector in Darnassus. Hunter's role. Hunter seems like one of the most fun things to play on hardcore. It's like a nice mix of somewhat safe and somewhat good damage and like some decent CC and like control tools. Whenever I'm looking at who's like within range of reaching level 60, like who's in their final leveling ranges, there's usually a lot of hunters. If we sort by classes, it's usually a big chunk of hunters, big chunk of mages. Druids and warlocks are always a little less represented. There's currently no warriors that are in that range right now. A bunch of rogues, usually it's a decent amount of rogues. More paladins than usual this morning. 3 druids. So many 50s. And those are just the 55 to 59s. You're going to have lots of people have finished. So if you're looking at 60s, there are, how many 60s are on? 17 level 60s that are currently on Alliance Skull Rock, which is admittedly one of the smaller corners of North American hardcore. And then you're going to have more than 50 if you go like 50 to 60. I made another hunter. It's called Garfield, and he's ginger. That's wonderful. A lot of 60 hunters. Yeah, I think it's a great class to level in hardcore. I've gone the wrong way. I'm actually, yeah, I went all the way upstairs. I didn't need to. I need to go downstairs and outside. It's on the stairs outside. Particular race of hunter? For hardcore, it's not, most of your time is generally leveling, so it's not as vital. Mine is a night elf. Shadow Meld is nice, but you can't Shadow Meld in combat, so it's not as good as you think it's going to be. Ooh, I sold my bag that I took off. That's nice. Horde Orc Hunters are quite nice because they're going to get a bit of extra damage for pets, but I think you can play whatever feels cool to you. Is it true? that they're using Dawn of the Infinite Heroic as a template for its Mythic Plus version. The 2 halves are going to be the same 2 halves that you get in Mythic Plus. So the 4 bosses that you get in a Heroic dungeon in the Heroic version are going to be the same 4 bosses you would fight in that version of the Mythic Plus. It'll have more mechanics. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I haven't done it on Heroic. I don't know if they skimmed out any mechanics for it, but yeah, pretty much. They're the same thing as you did. The quest is outside. Yeah. I guess I didn't do this quest on my hunter last time, so I never did find out. 284, 385, 348. Is there a follow-up? There is a follow-up. Where are they going to send me now? Menethil Harbor. Ship to Menethil departs from Aberdeen. Interesting. I will keep that quest on me, because we'll head there eventually, but I've got some more Ashenvale-ish stuff to do. Plus a couple 16 quests to clean up. I am on hardcore WoW. Are they going to nerf Dawn of the Infinites for Mythic Plus then? I imagine they're going to tune it, but it's Mythic Plus. It's supposed to be a bit challenging. Jen Jones, thank you very much for the tip, for the hype chat. I think that's the first one I've ever seen. So glad to see you in Classic. Your pet guides got me through some rough times. Cheers. Thank you very much. On my way to Menethil Harbor anyway. Am I? I was going to do some more questing in, Darkshore. I was going to finish up the Southern Darkshore stuff. If I can get that item to drop from the Master's Glaive Cultist, then I can take that back to Ironforge next time I go back. You know what I need to do is next time I summon a demon, I need to actually remember to use my Fell Domination cooldown. 24 is a good training threshold. Do I want to go all the way back for it? Yeah, I guess I do. Ugh. You know what? My Hearthstone is set to Aberdeen. It's 41 minutes though. Well, it's 11:10 a.m. Time goes so fast, man. Yeah, you're right. We got to get on a boat. We got to go back to Menethil and then fly ourselves. Well, if I just go back to Aubergine and I farm myself up that Master's Glaive item, that goes back to Ironforge anyways. And I can totally do that without any additional demon training. So I can do that before I head back. And then we'll... Oh, so much travel time. So much travel time, man. Yeah, can you stick me in one of these? Thank you. Dawn feels extra hard to me. It is spicy. Saying back to you what you told us at the start of the stream. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think I've just forgotten what I was saying. Is Affliction good for hardcore? I don't know. I think that getting some points in Improved Corruption is decent. I'm not a big expert. I've chosen to mostly spec into Demonology because you're going to have some things to help your pets tank here. You've got some good survivability talents. You get like a big chunk of stamina. You can improve your health stone. I've improved my Void Walker. I'm starting to improve his health even further. Some good stuff. Sometimes the traveling is nice. It's just that if you're in a hurry to get anywhere, you're like, man, I'm going to play for another like 20 minutes and I want to accomplish something. You know, good luck. Especially when my Hearthstone's off cooldown for another 40 minutes. The hour-long Hearthstone is brutal. I don't remember what it is on retail. I think it's like, what, 30 minutes? I know it's 15 minutes if you're gilded, but I think it's like 30 minutes without it? Or maybe something different. I don't know. It's not long enough to make a difference. I don't think I can reasonably farm the Master's Glaive item within like 20 minutes, though. I can try. I could maybe get lucky, but it's a brutal drop rate. Look at me summoning. I've got my Fell Domination buff up. The mana cost is reduced by 50%. It was worth it. All right. South we go. Felt better when I remembered I can fly to Stormwind in the wetlands. For some reason, I thought I had to run all the way back. Yeah, once you start to get your flight path network built up, it is nice. At first, the gold cost or the silver cost for flight paths was really feeling painful to me, but you know what else is painful is time. I like being able to throw myself on like a super long flight path and then just go AFK. You know, go brush your teeth or something. Watch Fell Domination be clutch at some point. I think when they finally let me put a couple points into Master Summoner and I can get it back like really quite quickly, that could be life-saving. That's why I decided to sink points into it. Right now when it's still like a 5-second cast time, it's still questionable as to whether or not it's worth it, although it would let me get a second sacrifice off. Sacrifice is extremely helpful for saving your life. It is a button I would recommend any classic warlock to keybind once they get it. Oh, there's leather out here. Wow. I could skin that. They're just leaving it lying around here for anybody to pick up. Soulstones do not work in hardcore. That is a 15 silver training cost you can save yourself because the button's not going to do anything. It's one of the things that they decided to disallow in the spirit of hardcore. Same thing with bubble hearthing. Paladins can bubble, but they cannot hearth well under the effects of bubble. You can bubble and run. It's about as good as it's going to get. You know what? I am glad I've kept this rabbit thistlebear quest. I wasn't getting them done all at once, but just on my way to other places, it's been working out. Thank you, Nushu. That's very sweet. One day I'm gonna make it like a teal. I'm gonna try like a blue-green, but I like pink too. I'm excited for raid testing. Maybe tomorrow for raid testing I'll make a smoothie in advance. When I'm extra excited about like playing a particular game, I like to plan out my snacks. Or like my beverages, you know, like I'll be like, I'm having this cup of tea at this time. And then, you know, raid night smoothies. I feel like smoothies and raiding are the perfect combo. Best raid snack. I like a good fruit smoothie because it's got like the sugar to keep my energy up. And they take me a while. It's something that I can't have particularly quickly. My favorite smoothie is I'll do like mango ginger with like orange juice and spinach, and it turns like bright green, and it's like pretty sweet. You can't really taste the spinach. I just like that it looks like it's from Shrek's swamp. And I put like a decent amount of fresh ginger into it too. And I love fresh ginger. Do you read the dungeon journal in preparation? I typically will skim it right before we poll. But I find if I try to read it more ahead of time, I don't remember any of it. Does not stick in brain long enough. Especially when it's abstract. Like reading a journal for a fight that I haven't seen yet doesn't really do me any good. I can't visualize things, or I'll try to guess what a mechanic is and I'll be completely wrong. It usually does me a lot more good to just kind of like pull it a few times, get a visual on it, and then kind of reverse engineer of like, what is that mechanic? That one is this one. Okay, I see what it's doing. I think a lot of people learn better that way. Nijum, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Tend to only keep the water bottle with me. Sometimes hubby will make me coffee. Tend to talk a bit on voice and raid. Sometimes if I'm reading, I'll get really comfy, and I'll be on Discord, but if I'm really in my zone, I'll push my microphone out of my way so that it's not even close, and I'll stick my legs up on my desk, and I'll just like lean back and listen. But then somebody will say something to me, and I'll be like, yep, I'm here. What's up? Hey, it's me, Hazel. I haven't spoken in 15 years. Ziz Design? ZYZ Design? Ziz Size, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. You'll all be thrilled to hear. I know you've been waiting on the edge of your seats. I found my missing keycaps for my keyboard. I had pulled one of my keyboards that I had stored out of my storage bench, and it had come up less a few keycaps, and instead of being studious and looking for them, I had just like pried the corresponding keycaps off of the keyboard I was switching out. And I was like, well, they're keycaps, they'll work. And it turns out they weren't like a really good fit with the rest of the keycap height, so like the keys were kind of sticking. And I thought, well, there goes my idea. So I finally sat down and turned on some lights and opened up the box and like found the missing keycaps and replaced them, and now all of the keys work much better. So shout out to something, lights, me, the caps for being findable in the gigantic pile of cables and excess technology. Oh, only one more rabbit thistlebear, and then we're like thistlebeard out. We'll be good. I don't know why I've chosen the one that's like right on top of Moonstalker. Free leather, I suppose. I wonder if any of the... I guess now that I'm 24, it's like another level bracket up. I was going to say, I wonder if any of those Master's Glaive cultists are going to be green for me. Some of them might be. I think a lot of them are kind of like 18 though, and I think it's like a 5-level bracket that you can still get experience from mobs. Might be a little under. So the Thistlebears turn in up north. We still need 5 Moonstalker pelts. It's probably not. Well, it's probably not happening, but if it does happen, that's actually like a quest that'll give me experience. Plus, I know I can confidently do it. I know what that Furbolg camp's all about. I'm pretty sure I could do that just fine. I want the copper. I can't walk away from it. I guess I don't have to. Even if it's not experience, it's still gold. And gold lets me save up for runecloth bags. Homophones in English is hard. It really is. I had the example that came to my head to follow up on that sentence was the most first world problem ever. I set timers on my smart speaker for cooking. And in the most first world problem ever, sometimes when I'm baking bread in particular, I'll want to set a timer for 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And every single time without fail, it thinks that I've said 15 minutes. It's to the point that I have given up on it. And if I need to set a 50-minute timer, I will set either a 49 or a 51-minute timer because those are things that it will not confuse. And I'll just deal. because of homophones. That's the story. That's the problem that's not really a problem. Would it react to Fitty? I would have to check. I have my I have the voice set to be a mildly southern accented male voice. So he sounds like a tiny bit like a cowboy, and I think the intonation of that voice is very funny to me sometimes, in that I'll ask it to play like certain music and he'll be like, okay. And it just sounds like the most begrudging, if you say so. All right. Mine's a British lady. I enjoy when she yells at me. Furbolgs. I need one more grizzled bear scalp. Southern. If it says bless your heart, time to yank the power cord out. His two modes for agreeing, where I'll be like, hey speaker, play some Taylor Swift or whatever, and he'll either go, okay, here's Taylor Swift, or his other one is he'll say it like he's the little engine that could, and he'll be like, okay, I got this, here she is. Teardrops in my guitar. Can't do voice speakers at all. They grew on me. They definitely grew on me. My favorite application for it is lights, because if it's dark, it's hard to find light switches, and I have walked into enough coffee tables in my life, so I like being able to not get up and just be like, hey speaker, turn on the XYZ light, and he'll do it, like that's how I turn off my nightstand lamp at night, is I don't have to like try and reach over and knock over all my stuff looking for the switch, because I'm just not that coordinated. Long limbs, not a whole lot of motor control. It's fine. I like just being able to ask, and then he'll be like, okay, I can turn that light off. I got you. All right, we did it. We got a, what is that? A 6-slot bag that we can vendor. Moonstalker pelts. Use the Hue app on my phone. Favorite Taylor song? Go. Oh, I like, oh, it's hard to pick one. I like the newer stuff from the quieter albums. From The pandemic albums. I like folklore and Evermore songs. I don't want to pick just one. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I feel like Antihero has a way of coming on my car speaker whenever I'm trying to park or like pull out in a busy parking lot. And then she says that I'm the problem, it's me. And I say, not now, Taylor. I know I'm the problem. I'm doing my best. I like that Taylor has a really big discography. So you can throw her music on while you're folding laundry or whatever. And you can fold like a lot of laundry without having any repeats. Like you can there's a lot of material there. All right, we're going into the Master's Glaive. We're going to see if we can get that item to drop, because I know that turns back in Ironforge, and I would love to have it before I go back to the Eastern Kingdoms. Watched New Girl recently. Surprising amount of Taylor in there. So the 17s are definitely gray, which makes it nice and safe. The 18s are still green, so there are a few mobs that I can actually get soul shards or mild amounts of experience from. Not major amounts of experience, but you know, non-zero. More than nothing. New Girl Comfort Show. Wow, for a level 18 mob, I do not kill it very quickly. There we go. The thing I love about this grind is that once you're set up for it, you can just go around and around and around. It's like doing laps around Dalaran. There are a couple spots where they will spawn pretty dense, but like if you're over-leveled enough, it's really not a problem. And you can just do laps. I love a nice circular grind. You do have to be careful that these disciples can heal. They've put up renews on themselves, and they can heal other mobs as well. So you can end up in pulls that are much longer than you want them to be if you're not careful. I've made the poor decision to grind down not the healers first, but we're over-leveled enough that this isn't particularly dangerous. Like grinding mobs. Me too. I feel like it's very profitable. I feel like most of my best gold making has come from when I've just picked a farm spot and just ground it out. Oh wow, I'm getting 1% per tick. I need a new rank of Drain Life. I think I either didn't train it. Oh no, I did train it. I just have too much stam. So for the Master's Glaive one, do they want me to go back in? I think they want me to use the item, actually. You make your scrying bowl out of combat. Oh, your health regen rate gets reduced with this. That's funny, I got rabies. I was complaining about none of the bears having rabies, and then I ended up with rabies myself. Kill nothing, quickly if you soul drain it. I thought I put dots on it. I thought I had it dotted up. These guys are resisting my dots quite a bit. 75 XP? Yeah, it's not nothing. I'm gonna do a bit more wanding to try and get my mana back. Quest markers all over the one area. They have a chance to drop an item that starts a quest, and any of these mobs can drop it. It's a disgustingly low drop rate for a quest item. Like, it's really unreasonable to expect anybody to actually grind it out. I was here for, I wouldn't say hours, but I would say approaching hours last time grinding it, and I was over-leveled for it too. Like, I was getting them down quickly. Oh look, it's casting a heal. Would you look at that? Can I make the scramble? I can. And now they want me to... I'm pretty sure loot the thing off the pedestal. I think I have to loot that book. I'm gonna try and focus down the disciples before they heal up too much, otherwise they're just gonna live forever. I also need to make sure I do not... Oh, that one always slaps you. Make sure I don't stream too long today. I know I could stay here forever, but I need to wrap up pretty soon because I gotta make sure I'm ready for raid testing later. There's a singular escort quest hidden among these. Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, there's like a dryad over here. She's like behind this hill. I can probably go pick her up. Because her quest turns into Ashenvale too, and I remember that really annoyed me last time, but now, maybe a little farther around. I'm heading to Ashenvale at some point, eventually, so it'll be good to have that done. When I get a snack it for myself, I have to give a piece to my dogs. As long as it's not harmful to them, they get half a cheese puff each. Now my cat wants, so it's cute. Scroll of Strength I might be able to sell. I feel like this is decent gold making. These are like... They dropped a lot of greens for me last time. How many bag salts we got? 22? What if I get lucky? Ooh, Warpaint ankle wraps. Yeah, strength stam, male. Those are worth. That's a warrior sale. The other thing with the Druid escort quest is that if somebody's currently escorting her, she won't be here. But if you do laps around here for long enough, she'll show up. You'll find her. Cat actually ate it. This cat's a street cat. Dense but not too dense. They don't run. They drop gold. Pretty good. Who do they give PTR to? Anybody. The P stands for public. I guess you need like a WoW sub, I think. But you don't need to be selected or anything for it. You can opt into it on your account page, I believe. It's different than beta. The first raid of any expansion is tested on the beta instead of PTR typically, so those ones are tougher to get into, but the subsequent raids are usually just public test run. Sleeping Druid escort quest is annoying. I was reading that there's a trick to that one where you just, because he follows you as opposed to choosing his own route, you can take him kind of off the road to his destination and avoid the scripted spawn event that tends to get people killed. I don't know if I would do it, but that sounds like a good tip for that escort quest that would pretty much only work for that one. His name is Hubert. Rescued him off the streets of a subdivision. Stay off the path. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you're not running into anything more dangerous. Should be good. Ambushes get skipped. What if I just do laps around here until the escort dryad shows up? How do you feel about making your PTR character on stream? Not so good. It's like an organizational chore, and I'm liable to forget something if I'm trying to do it distracted. I would much be comfier to just do that one kind of on my on my own. I feel like she spawns here. Oh, they drop wool. I could make some good band-aids. Never did it, was curious. It's pretty straightforward. It's just one of those things. It's like setting up any character to raid if you haven't been on it for a little bit. There's just like a lot of fiddling around to do. One thing that can be kind of handy is to... it's not really necessary, but if you're copying a character, you could always buy whatever you want to use in the raid on your live server before you copy the character so that you have it handy when it's copied. You can also get usually consumables like for free off a vendor or for cheap off a vendor, but sometimes I can't find all the vendors. So it's nicer just to kind of have everything that I more or less need on the character already before I copy it, because it'll be copied as like an exact thing. You don't want Twitch chat to backseat you setting up a character? Not at this time. Not today. Maybe a different time. Oh, I got gray shoulders. Canvas shoulder pads. I feel like sometimes people buy those just to have something in the shoulder slot, but yeah, I'll probably just enter him. Hubert sounds really cute. Kitty, how you doing? Hopefully the testing's in good working order today. Sometimes it's messy. How long can I afford to give this before I have to give up? 10 more minutes? I also, if I'm not too worried about rested, because I know I'm going to play this character again within the next day or so, I can definitely just like log the character out here so without taking them back to an inn, and then continue this next time I play, whenever that happens to be. My game started loading and I'm on the character select screen. I'm not greeted by horribly mismatched clown anymore. I kind of like seeing my gear on Hardcore Classic. I think that it would be different, you know, in like Endgame or TBC certainly. TBC in particular. But everything that I... Oh, another pair of gray shoulders. Everything that I'm wearing on this character, I like bought and it was kind of expensive. So I'm kind of like excited about all her gear. Plus like that shirt she's wearing, that's Captain Sander's shirt. You know, I had a whole adventure to go get that thing. Oh, that's such a big heal. If only I had an interrupt. What's my fear cast time? 1.5 seconds. Do relics get Death Coil in Classic? If they do, it's not something that I have at this time. I wonder if it would be like a... It might be like a talent for a different spec. The best thing I could do, I think, would be to hard cast a Fear. Which would be a bit spicy. Lurk. Hello, Rizzle. Happy lurking. We're gonna wrap up pretty soon. I'm basically out of time. Oh, I forgot to loot a mob over here. I'm in my happy place though. I'm pretty pleased with how this grinding is going. If I think that by the time I get done with these quests and then the Ashenvale ones that I want to do, and then maybe a little bit of Stone Talon, I can be like 26 before I go back to Wetlands, and that's like a nice spot to start Wetlands at. That'll keep me busy for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna log out over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run to the corner, and I'm just gonna log out, and I'm gonna watch and make sure it goes through. I've learned this. I've learned that you don't want to just exit game because your character's just gonna be like chilling for a while it would have been logging out. And if you get aggro and die, then you're dead. And that's no good. So if you log out in the world, you gotta watch it. Make sure it goes through. Lessons I learned from Flabby. And see, look, proof of life. Hunter not dead, level 26. Original Warlock, very dead, level 15. Kind of extra hunter that I don't really know what she's for anymore. Not that anybody doubted, but just in case anybody had internal doubts. She is fine. She's got lots of good rested now. Alright. I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have I've said wonderful day a few times, but I mean it. A wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.